Good evening, people. My name is Mike Meyer over here at Porltand City Nissan. What we have here is a 2011 Nissan Leaf. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind vehicle. There's really nothing on the market that compares to this car. You could say the Chevy Volt does, but it really doesn't. So, we're going to start right here under the hood. This is where your gasoline engine would typically go, but this car has no gasoline engine, no emissions, so there's no tailpipe. You can run this puppy inside for 12 hours and not die of carbon monoxide poisoning, which is fantastic. So, under the hood you have your electrical driven engine here. You also have a standard electrical battery. This is to power your accessories. And there's actually a solar panel, if you look back there, on top of the spoiler, which will cover, recharges this battery here so you can power your accessories, radio, and whatnot. This thing actually puts so much power to the ground that Nissan had to tune it down because where it's electric, it doesn't have to build up RPMs for power, so that's 100% instant torque. They actually had to tune it down because it would spin the tires. You're still getting your standard traction control system. You have your VDC, which is a vehicle stability control, which will keep this thing from sliding sideways. Then you also have your regular traction control, which will limit that wheel spin. Now, because it has so much torque, you want to have that traction control on. The only time you ever want to turn that off is if you think you're going to get stuck in some snow. That's really the only time that you would want to turn it off. So, I'm going to pop the charging port here. Under this little hatch right here is where you have your two plugs. You have your quick charge and then your standard charge. So the quick charge, you can charge this to about 80% in about 20-25 minutes. So when you're driving, you can stop, get lunch, charge your car up to about 80%, and then you're good to go to hit the road. If you do the full charge, you're looking at about 15 to 18 hours for 100% trickle charge. So coming along the side here, you did a great job with the interior of this. You get the nice alloy wheels with all-season tires. Inside here, this is your heads-up display. This particular model does have the navigation system, which is pretty nice. You can actually set it to show you a circle of how far your charge will actually go. Now, this is where your gas would normally go. Note that they have the plug there to, it's electric. So you have 80 miles left on this. That's because we just did a quick charge on it. Over here you have your actual battery life, and then this is your regenerative braking, and then your actual power. So when you're accelerating, it'll show you how much power you're using, and when you let off the gas or electric pedal, I guess you could call it, or brake, it will actually work to recharge those batteries. Regenerative braking. This is where your shifter is right here. To put this thing into drive, just put your foot on the brake and press down. Now I'm in drive. Go forward and back, now I'm in reverse. Note you have the backup cam here. With the back hatch is up, I'm pointing towards the sky, but when you turn the wheel, it actually shows you where you're going to turn. You got this color code here, which is 1.5 feet, 3 feet, and 6 feet, so you can judge how far away from the next car you are when you're parallel parking, shopping carts, wall, whatever it may be. Now to put it in park, you just press the P button here for park, and then you actually have an e-brake here as well, so that if you're parking on a hill, you just pull that up, now your e-brake's on. So you're good to go. You do have push button start. This car is actually running right now as we speak. To shut it off, you just press that button once. The car is actually off right now. To turn it on, put your foot on the brake, press the start button. Good to go. You have adjustable headlights here. So if you have people in the car, you can actually level the headlights out with this button. Then you got your actual sensors. You have this. The government mandated a sound with the electrical vehicles because they're so quiet, so that'll actually make it so people can hear you coming. You get your timer here, and then this is the traction control and the VDC off. It's pretty cool. If you have a smartphone or an iPad, you can actually set this when you have it setting to charge. You can have it set what time you want to start the charge, and you can actually even preset your climate control system so you can have the car warm or cold for you right when you get into it. As far as safety, you have 6 airbags inside of this thing. You have your roof-mounted side curtain airbags that go all the way to the back of the car. You have your 2 front impact airbags, which are actually advanced airbags. So depending on the severity of the crash, how fast those things deploy. And you got airbags deployed on the 2 front seats around you too. You're basically in a gigantic bubble of air if you happen to get in an accident. Now, most people say, hey Mike, if I get in an accident with this car, am I going to get battery acid all over me? You're not going to, because underneath the car is where all your lithium-ion batteries are, and they're actually in this cage, so it's very, very safe. And it's designed that if you do get in an accident, it's going to shut that power off, so even the EMS or anybody working to get you out of the car won't get shocked to that. In the back here, you have a 60-40 split. You can actually flip these seats down if you wanted to there. And then you got your charging stuff right here. Comes with this handy little backpack that actually keeps all your charging stuff right inside that. Now, Nissan actually developed this plug, which is now going to be used nationwide for any electrical vehicle. Will now have this design. They've been working pretty closely with the government to get charging stations across the country at all public locations and municipalities. You'll start seeing them come through in the gas stations everywhere around here too. Especially being in the Northeast, we always get everything last. So you do get this back hatch, nice amount of storage. Shut that. That's actually where your backup cam is there. And then you got your solar panel up there. Now with this thing all shut, you do have some optional features like the zero-emission stickers. There's a handful of different accessories that you can get. And coming through with the fact you actually have to order these cars, you can kind of set it to how you like. One of my favorite parts, you got these folded mirrors, so if somebody hits you with a shopping cart or their car, you don't have to worry about fixing your mirror, which I'm sure is not going to be cheap. So that's pretty much a quick walk around on the Nissan Leaf. If you have any questions, come down and see your Leaf specialist, Mike Meyer, down here at Berlin City Nissan, or the other Leaf specialist, Christopher Janess. So